David De Gea, 7 shots on target,
He say
7
looking like he's
goals. You're in
trying to
goal.
wing this one into
Let's
the
go!
top.
Play now, man.
Oh, he's laid it to
It's him.
Well. Good to have you on camera, Banks, man. Good to have you on camera. Apparently, you've been ducking and diving this fade, but you can't go anywhere. You
You
can't go
think
anywhere.
does that sound like my character, Shem? Really?
Yes.
Do I duck and dive? Do I duck and
Yes.
dive? I don't stand on
Yes.
business. I don't stand on
Never.
business.
Very rarely.
Don't do me like that. My character means more than that. My character
No,
means more
man.
than that.
Flawed.
I'm always here, man. I'm here when I'm here when the going gets good, and I'm here when the going gets bad. And the going's been bad for a while, but I've always been here every single time. So I'm here now. Nothing new. I ain't scared.
Yes.
I I ain't worried.
Nah, you're good, man. You're good. You're good. I wanted to get it in before, get the quick cooking in before you have to get. To be fair, you've got a mid off coming up, so
What's the
one,
mid off? What's the mid off?
the absolute mid off, the
What's the
Premier
mid
League
off?
mid off,
What's the mid off?
like 7th versus 10th or whatever you position you lot are in.
This could be this. You might just need to describe this as like one of the Premier League, just like
This is a mid
teams
off.
ready to come to the boil, ready to come to the
Nah.
forefront.
No? It's a mid. You lot got it.
Mid off.
Let's talk about what happened to you lot, man. Let's talk about St. James's Park.
Oh my God.
Because I have a lot of things. I have some questions to ask, and these are questions. These are questions I'm gonna put to you because you said at certain points of the season, you've told me when Amrabat comes back, it will change everything. You've told me when you get players back from injury, it will change some things. You've also told me like certain players just need to find their form and get some games under their belt. You also told me Rasmus Højlund is a certain type of striker, and if he scores in the Champions League, it will translate to goals scored in the Premier League. Those are 5 absolutes.
I never said that.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
you said he's a player. You said he's a player. You said he's shown he's a good player.
That statement on camera.
Yeah, okay. I retract it. I rephrase it. You said he's a good player. It will come true.
Gonna be a great player.
Great player. Okay, my bad. See, that's even worse. Okay, 5 statements there, and so far, not one of them have come true. Lastly, to top that all off, you said you're gonna win the league. Now, let's go. Now, I pressured you into saying that. I bullied you into saying that. So I'm not gonna let you have that one.
You can never bully
So
me.
the other 5. So let's just say the other 5. The
Never.
other 5. What? Like what? Because players are back now. Amrabat's come back.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like strap.
Right.
Like,
a lot of the things I did say, I'm here to stand on business. A lot of that stuff I did say. I also didn't realize that Ten Hag would be a flipping crackhead about everything. I didn't go into this season thinking Ten Hag was gonna go with flipping Maguire and Lindelof at centre back and keep Varane on the bench for no reason. I didn't know Lisandro Martinez would be playing with one metatarsal. I didn't know that Rashford was gonna go back to 2022 Rashford. There's just a lot of things.
Does it all the time though. These are things some of them you could have foreseen. Rashford has shown you. The Rashford one, most definitely.
All right, cool, fair enough. I'll take that.
The Rashford one. This is the 3rd season. It's like
no, cool. I'll step on the Rashford one. Maybe
the Rashford one.
He might have tricked me a little bit. Fair.
He just went, but this is a great comment. Rashford didn't go back to 2022. Rashford, he just went back to being himself, and that's fine.
This is where you lot unfair because when it's all going bad, that's himself, but when it's going good, it's not himself. Like
all of it. He said he didn't go back to being anything. He's just himself as an up.
No, but this is the worst version. This is the worst version of Rashford, and you lot saying that himself. Why do you not hate why do you do that to a black boy? Like he's going through a rough time. And you're saying
it's not the worst. It's not the worst version of him.
You don't saw the teachers that we couldn't rock with in school, man. This is just because I'm behaving badly one time. This is my character.
This isn't the first time. This isn't the worst Rashford, bro.
This is the worst Rashford still.
No, it's not.
This is 2022 is the worst Rashford. You like pick yin and yang, whichever one you want to pick. These are the worst versions of Rashford.
How can you have 2 worst versions of yourself? This is just you, bro. Anyway, so you said Lisandro Martinez playing with one metatarsal. Well, I said you could have foreseen that because of the way he jumps into tackles and lunges in dangerously. But
Well,
hey,
that doesn't make sense because it was a recurrence of the injury that happened before.
oh,
So it's
okay.
literally,
So
it didn't
he's
heal.
not dangerous. Right, he's a dangerous
It
player
didn't heal
anyway.
properly. It didn't heal properly.
He's a dangerous player anyway. But
He's not dangerous.
let's talk about Newcastle. Are you not tired? Are you not tired of going into games? Are you not tired of like looking at the fixture list, seeing that you're playing the top half team and knowing you're not going to get 3 points?
It's
Or you're
difficult.
not going to.
So it's a lot to. It's not easy. It's not easy. Nobody said it was easy. Never once said it
So
was easy.
but isn't that mid-table? Isn't that kind of like mid-table expectations or mid-table form?
No, it's not. It's rough. It's
If
rough.
you look at the top half of the table, and you see
There's no way to look at it other than weak mentality. It's difficult because
Stop. One thing about us is, let's even say us, compared to traditional media, we're not going to kick into the buzzwords of mentality, running around, hunger, passion, and desire.
At this point, we have to.
It's lazy.
It's not lazy.
And that's why they say United fans don't know ball, because don't just fall back to that.
It's not. This is not me saying. This is not me saying the United players. But it's generally like who's gonna stand up in tough moments. That's what it comes down to. That's what, like, St. James's Park under the 8 p.m. Everybody's watching. The rain's pissing down. It's freezing cold. You're facing up against a Newcastle side that's going to press you relentlessly. It comes down to, obviously, whether Ten Hag is going to set up the team. He didn't set the team up correctly. But the second thing it comes down to is whether this team's going to stand up and be counted for. And I'm sorry, like, I'm tired of it always being like, every single time we always go back to the manager, and it's the same, bro. Like 8 of these players played under Mourinho. We can't keep, like, it's the same players.
Okay. Wait.
We've seen these same players continuously not be able to step up to the task. We've seen these same players fall down when things get hard. So, like, I can't lie. Like, we're trying to. When
I just said earlier, you've made some of these statements, but like you just said again, you just literally.
Be fair.
Wait. Let me finish. Because I let you speak.
Finish.
You said it's the same players since the Mourinho. It's the same. So if it's the same thing, how come you keep expecting different results? And how come you went to the start of the season knowing these same players, because nothing has changed, knowing these same players are still in the camp? How did you not know it's going to be the same result? Why did you expect better?
Can I land now?
Yeah, I'm going to keep quiet.
When Ten Hag was doing all his thing last season, it wasn't these players that he was relying on, this is what's really making me turn on Ten Hag and really making me think he hasn't got a clue what he's doing right now. Because last season, you've got the Maguire, who you benched for long periods of the season. Fair enough, this season he's come back and he's played well when he's come into the team. I'm not going to take that away from him. The likes of Lindelof, the likes of Scott McTominay, the likes of flipping Bruno Fernandes, who obviously captain, he's made him captain, whatever. Martial, like, all of these players are players that quite simply have had a long time at United and haven't stepped up to this. But last season, he moved away from a lot of these players. That he wasn't relying on McTominay last season. He wasn't relying on Lindelof last season. He wasn't really relying on Maguire last season. He wasn't relying on Martial last season. All of these players are now all of a sudden they're first team starters again. And we're going through the whole season looking at them and like, yeah, we're relying on you.
Why are they first team starters again?
Ask this guy. I don't know, bro. It's a bold thing, you know. It's either a bold thing or a Manchester United thing, because he's lost his head. He's lost his hair and his head, everything. Because tell me why. Why
we're not going to scalp? No. We're not going to scalp shame. Listen here. It's not a bold thing. He's firstly, you can say you started the season with a couple of injuries, but the problem is now that some of these players are back, why do they not just slot back into the team? I don't know what's going on with United fans, and they know. And what I'm gonna say is, you lot don't know too.
McTominay, I will tell you why, bro. Ten Hag is he's in that Ole mode where you're trying to save your job. We're trying to stay.
No, Ten Hag's not getting sacked.
No, but he's feeling the pressure. Everybody needs wins. He needs a win, and he knows
he's winning. We're not doing that bad in the table.
It's not about the table. It's about how is he getting the wins though, and he's relying on. You saw McTominay got him the goals against Brentford. You see McTominay's come up with goals, but when you look at what that does
And
to
you
the
all
overall
celebrated it though.
performance, huh?
And
Don't
it
say
was all very much. No, wait, let me finish. You celebrated it
no,
because obviously it's a win. It's a win. So yeah, you're
yeah.
gonna celebrate Man United winning. But people were people top Reds, maybe not the London Reds, but the top Reds were literally saying, "Yeah, get McTominay's earned his place. He deserves his start." Same thing with Harry Maguire. He's been one of your best players since he's come back.
No, but Harry Maguire's actually come in and played well. There's a difference between coming in, scoring goals, and hurting the team. It's hard to do, but McTominay is finding a way to do it. He's scoring goals and he's still hurting the
Martial.
team. Martial's doing nothing. He's just
So
there,
it's the same thing. So McTominay, Martial, Rashford.
hurting the team.
All right,
Hurting the
cool.
team.
So you said some of the people that have been here have been part of the Deadwood. So in your eyes, Grant Ten Hag, who plays? No, honestly, who plays? Because who plays?
The only people that have earned their spot technically is literally, well, after the last performance, I'd literally only say Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, and that's it.
So
Obviously,
no, but you can't play. You need
did decently. Kobe
okay.
Mino
So
came
you've
in.
named 3 players. You still need 8 more.
Yeah, I'm saying everybody else hasn't earned a spot in the team because they haven't played well enough. Everybody
so what
else.
do you do? So what do you do in that situation? Because you're saying that certain people shouldn't play because they're part of the old regime and they didn't take you to the heights
Go
of
to your
last. So
prince, bro. You can't. Ten Hag came in a principled man. I don't care what anybody says.
what was the principle?
He came in with principles, as in like we didn't just sign him. He didn't just play any sort of way at Ajax. He didn't, but he came in and he's now doing something different this season, even compared to what he was
What was
doing
the
last
principle?
season. Obviously, like losing Lisandro Martinez is gonna hurt our build up, whatever. But what's pissing me off is that you're not playing Rafael Varane, who's our best defender, because you say it hurts our build up. Yet we go long every single time. Like, look at that Newcastle game. There wasn't a time when we didn't go long or we could like play out through the press. So my thing is, you're not standing on business in terms of
I
your
don't
own
think you can play out through the press though.
bro. There's a thing. This is my thing though. This is my thing. You're right. You're right. Because this team just like when you, as I said, have you ever seen that tweet? Have you ever seen that tweet where it's like this Liverpool press is suffocating me? I had to open a window. Have you seen that tweet? You've seen that tweet, right?
No.
Bro, a team doesn't even have to press United like that for us to give away the ball. It can just be a calm press, just like a very simple, like solid press. All
Let's
right,
get through some of these comments.
we're giving the ball away. So you're semi right. You're semi right. Like we can't really play through the press, but that's also a large part to do with the players that you're playing and how you're playing them. You're what he's doing with McTominay right now, and I keep it feels like I'm harping back to McTominay, but he hurts us that much in the build-up where you're literally your midfield player does not show.
So who would you play instead of McTominay?
It's not about who would I play, it's about what it's him in terms of mentality and how he's setting up the team. If you're choosing to play McTominay in a midfield position, it means you're automatically not trying to have possession. You're not trying to control the ball. You're not trying to play through the press.
Okay, so who can? But you still not answered the question.
Forget about players. I'm not the manager. I'm not gonna say who should play. That's dead for me. Like what Ten Hag needs to do is he needs to look and say, how do I want this team to play? Because like I hate to say it, but look at how we talked about Ange last week and said, he's being foolish. He's still playing his own way, even when he hasn't got the players. I'm sorry, Ten Hag. You can't have all of these excuses to be playing. I don't have this player.
In 14 games, Ange's better than Ten Hag.
I'm not saying that, bro. I'm saying
but that's what the streets are saying because honestly speaking, he's a man of principle. That's what you call principle. That's what you call principle.
Stepping on his business and he's standing.
On his business.
He's playing the way he wants to play. Ten Hag is saying he said multiple times like you can't do this, we can't do that, bro. You can. You can if you want to. Like you can try. Worst thing the worst thing that happens is we lose the ball and they score, which they're doing anyway. That's what's pissing me off. Like we're not doing anything on this pitch anyway. Are we?
We need to get through. You say the interesting thing what you say about Erik Ten Hag and Ange and standing on business. It's actually crazy when you put things in perspective because you're only 3 points behind Spurs. But hey, let's get through some of these comments. He said Ricky Bowley said when it's going good.
Oh wait,
sorry. When it's going good, he was just on good form. I think that was more so about the Rashford. Let's move on. Let's get through what Sammy said. Rashford is a good player. Y'all are casuals.
He's a good player, bro, but he needs to show it. Like it, Roy Keane said it best. He's 26 now. Like I need him to step up. I can't.
Nathan said Rash is a good player. Is still a good player. Nathan said we're
I
going to
need him
talk
to step
about
up for us.
Yes, Ricky Bowley says these players that you thought would win the league, you've already
Bro, I
kind
never
of
put
addressed.
stock because that
What do you mean?
McTominay being the
What? You
key
never
player was
what?
never in
You
the
never
plan.
what?
It was
Okay.
never in the plan. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Like,
Ugo Perry says, did any of those players win a cup last season?
Let's see.
Great
Let's go back
question.
to the start. Let's go to the starting lineup and let's see how many of the team was in the starting lineup for the cup. Because it's an interesting thing to look at because.
Well, it says that, and then also board managers are the biggest thing.
Dallo, he started. Shaw started. Maguire, Wan-Bissaka didn't start. Kobe Mano, McTominay didn't start. Garnacho didn't start. Fernando started. Rashford started. Martial didn't start.
Ricky Bowley says, what part of Arteta's process is this? Because I think a lot of United fans said they were trying to mirror Arteta's process. What part of Arteta's process is this?
When you lot were like losing 3-1 at 3-0 at home to Aston Villa, that was a pretty dark part of the process. Don't think there was a lot.
I don't think Arteta was there.
I don't think there was a lot of Arteta ins at that point. Was there?
No. Are you asking me? You telling me? Are you asking me? Telling me?
I'm telling you. I don't need you to.
Well, that's false. That's false.
There wasn't still.
So which 3-1 are you talking about?
The one where Jack Grealish and Ross Barkley were just like kicking ball in your box. There wasn't a lot of people saying, "Yeah, no, let's give Arteta a lot of time." Like, so let's just chill out with this.
You're hilarious. You're hilarious because they're two completely different situations.
Wait, Shemi, you're gonna say was you one of them? Was you saying Arteta needs more time? Was you?
Can I speak?
Oh, now he decides to freeze.
Can I speak? I'm not frozen. No, I said, can I speak?
Was you part of that? Was you part of the Arteta in? Like, was you standing on that business?
What year was this?
This was 2020 to 2021.
No.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. So
what are you talking about? Because what's that got to do with anything?
People are saying like as if there's never been a dark part of Arteta process. Like just cool it. Just relax.
No. Wait, hold on. Let me finish. Because you're talking a lot, and I let you speak. Even when I'm wearing on to, I let you speak.
Speak.
I'm saying the difference between our processes is Arteta. You could always see what Arteta was trying to do. Ten Hag ain't got.
You can see it. You can see it when Grealish and Barkley are bullying you. You can see that, innit?
Bro, how many men have dunked on you lot? Scraping past Luton. Banks, can you explain your Champions League form? 14 goals conceded.
Oh, no, I can actually. Andre Onana. That's the easiest way to put it. Andre Onana.
You're just going to blame Onana. Onana's the reason you even won a game.
That's cool. But he's also the reason we've lost like 3 or 4.
He's the reason you won a game. He's the reason you won a game. And he's the reason
we've lost 3 or 4, like.
Bruno's the reason you lost another one, so don't just put it on Onana, giving away needless free kicks. Giving away 2 needless free kicks. And when Onana had the howler, stop.
It's actually cool. It's actually cool to just like sometimes your keeper throws the game. Like when Ramsdale passes
he threw one game.
When Ramsdale passes the ball to a Southampton player in the first 20 seconds, it's cool. Like he's thrown the game for you.
We weren't winning though. We weren't winning. And secondly,
you weren't winning against Southampton.
Game for you. You weren't winning when you threw the game like that.
What does that have to do with anything? But he threw the game.
No. Hold on.
He threw the game.
When Onana let his thing, and you still were a go ahead. You still like. I don't. What happened then?
What's your point? Like we've gone 2 goals ahead twice. The first time he lets a goal in. First time he lets a shit goal in.
And it goes 2-1.
Again, we go 2 goals ahead, and he lets another shit goal in, and the pressure comes. So, like, it's okay. Onana. Do you think Onana's not holding himself to a high standard? Why are you holding him to such a low standard, bro? Why? Bayern Munich. He's letting he's pushing.
Hold on, before we get Ugo Perry's points of Carve Soloco, chief reporter at Sky Sports News. Quite a few unhappy Man United players. This tweet that is coming. Quite a few Man United players are unhappy with Erik Ten Hag's style of play. They also feel that they are training too hard, running too much during training, and the players don't know what they're running for. Senior players have spoken to Ten Hag about where they feel the club is going. They've spoken to him about their experiences at other big clubs and how his man management could be better. But Ten Hag is not for turning. He will do things his way. Banks, are you worried? Because how many times are there going to be bad apples in this club?
I'm not listening to any of that noise. I can't lie. Like United in turmoil is the perfect time for anybody to say anything. So like, I can't lie.
You don't believe him. You don't believe him.
I don't disagree that there's probably like players that don't rock with Ten Hag.
Leaks. United and leaks. Leaky roof, leaky dressing room. Let's move on. Banks. Do you believe Erik ten Hag will turn it around? Hugo Perry says.
Not if he's sticking to the. No, if this is his philosophy.
Oh, no.
If this is philosophy, then no.
No. Hugo Perry, the point you said proves what Shem is saying. When the results weren't enough, Shem wanted Arteta gone. You giving Ben 1 million, what? Give Ben 1 million excuses and no accountability. You've been given
10.
Oh, I'm leaning.
I'm not giving him. I feel like
when Liverpool had Reece Williams and Nat Phillips, you still laughed. When Arsenal lost Saliba, you laughed. Sometimes it's unfair. When Karras did that, you still praised Benzema. Oh, I think he's coming for your ass. Ultimately, it's fine. But the reason why United will remain like this is because you guys won't ever just be honest about what we're watching. I said it last season. Erik ten Hag isn't good. I wish I clicked it. To be fair, Hugo Perry did say this when you lot were on your high, that Erik ten Hag is fake news. And it's coming, and chickens have come home to roost. Listen, Banks, at the end of the day, another wasted season, and it's 10 years now without winning the Prem.
It's been a long time. Ugo makes a lot of good points here. He says, I'm going to go back to the first one. He said, you're giving 1 million excuses and no accountability. I'm 100% putting accountability on him. 100%. I've said it. I've said, like, if this is him, if this is what he's relying on, and I've already said he's gone into survival mode, where it's like, if you're in survival mode, you're basically at the end anyway, where you're like, you might as well just cut it off. Like, read the obituary.
Does he see the new year? Does he see the new year?
Yeah, I think he does. I think we're just too
when
high.
When do you think he's going?
I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I think if I lied. He can go before the new year if
Liverpool give you another 7.
Yeah, Champions League qualifications like ended and then Liverpool batter us. I don't see him surviving.
What if you're going to Europa? If you're going to Europa, you'll be fine.
Nothing. Europa won't mean nothing.
I honestly feel like, here's the thing, and before we need to move on, we spent quite a while on Man United, even this hot topic. But here's the problem I have with Erik ten Hag. I obviously thought he was a good manager at Ajax, and at one point I wanted him at Arsenal. But here's the problem I have with him specifically, Banks, and I've always made this clear, and I think you've agreed. He has a nasty eye for talent. It's nasty in the sense that what he's bringing in, and it's very lazy and nasty in the sense that I've never seen it where someone just goes for people they've worked with. It's very scary.
Spooky stuff.
That on its own is a significant red flag. I can't lie to you. Then now the fact that several players, obviously we have Man United traditionally have bad apples from what everyone's saying, but the fact that you're beefing a lot of players now, and the Sancho thing, it was easy to paint Sancho as the bad guy, but this all looks mad.
I agree on the what do you call it? He keeps going for old players and keeps going for players that he knows. Any top club doesn't even give him the power to just keep picking his. And I said for the first season, you know what, it's calm because I wouldn't have trusted Manchester United sporting department anyway. But we need, like, end of the day, you need a top club needs a sporting department that can take that responsibility away from the manager. Doesn't just let him fall into what he knows. Second point. Wait, go through.
No, I'll just quickly. I think, you're saying you can't trust a manager given that much autonomy to pick players, because that's the Fergie and Wenger kind of era, and football's changed like that. I think if you get to pick at least 6 or 5 players or so, and a lot of them are duds, I think it's questionable, because even if someone picks on your behalf, I don't trust you to be able to coach players, because your ID for ability and talent and what you're looking for on the pitch is just questionable. But yeah, go on.
Sorry. I hear that, but at the same time, like, sometimes you can't see the bigger picture when you're coaching it. Like, you need more. Like, sometimes you need more eyes. You need more eyes to help you make that decision. Like, you can think, this person. Like, if it was up to me alone, like United will be in a worse. Like some of the players I've recommended or wanted at United over the last couple of years. If I had that chance of making decisions like autonomy, United will be in a much worse position. But what you need is like top sports people around you that can say, you know what, maybe Anthony isn't the right person for this role. We can do this or this for less money. What do you think? And like you compromise, but if every second you get to pick, in your mind, everything's perfect. Like, how can it go wrong? In my life, I've mapped out perfect. It's perfect. It's gonna go right. But you need somebody else. Sometimes you need somebody else to help you make that decision and help you take that off your hands. So yeah, like any top club doesn't give him that sort of like dictatorship to choose that, to choose all of that. What was the second point? I completely forgot the second point.
No, the second point is beefing all the big players.
Bruh, we got. I heard the
because he was complimented on Ronaldo. They rated him for Ronaldo. They said Sancho's a bad egg. Now it's looking a bit spooky because beef Harry Maguire brought him back in. McTominay said didn't want him. Varane, it's looking questionable now. When the common denominator here is Erik ten Hag.
I think
Rashford,
the Ronaldo one has happened.
Ronaldo forced his hand. Ronaldo beefed him.
I think he's never beefed someone to the point where, apart from Ronaldo and Sancho, he hasn't beefed anyone to the point where they can't come back in. So Varane, he's dropped him questionably in my eyes. I don't know why he's dropped him. Questionably, he's dropped him. But there's no reason why he can't come back in a later stage, just the same way Harry Maguire did. The only two that he's really beefed and like the door's been closed for them is Ronaldo and Sancho. And Sancho, again, like as peak as it is, you're like some people say like we could have used him. And like I've never looked at a game and thought Sancho's like changing this game for me. But for me, like Sancho, for what was like for what he said, talking about favoritism and talking about couldn't get, like, bro, you're looking at your Pelestri's getting run outs. Like you could, like, there's no reason if you didn't apply yourself, you wouldn't be in this squad. Like Pelestri's not a better player than you. Pelestri's not a better player. There's no reason why you couldn't be in this squad if you just didn't if you just didn't put your head down and say, like, listen to the manager. So like the Sancho one, I'm not really, like, as much as people try to tell me, like, I'm not really hearing it. I can't lie.
Last one. Let's move on quickly because it's getting a bit Man United dominated. But comments. Nah, okay, fair enough. So no. Yeah, so sorry, Banks. Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, I knew you'd bring up the comment.
Rasmus 10 Premier League goals, 0 goals, 0 assists. Flop.
0 assists.
Youngster.
He's 0010.
0010. Again, it's going into new territory here. 0010 in the Prem. Let's be respectful. Let's make sure we put a name on it.
0010.
He's not a flop. He's not a flop. He's not a flop. But
he's one thing I will say, the Champions League goals don't even amount to anything. You're about to.
He's tried his best. He tried his best, bro. He tried his best.
Is he tried his best in the Prem?
Tried his best. He's trying his best there too. He's trying his best.
Nah, he's not. He's not.
He needs some help. He needs some help. One thing I will say about Højlund is that when he first came, I saw that like eagerness to like the darting runs he was making. Like he was eager to, but I don't know. There's something about this United team that can wear you down because you don't even make the same. Like he knows he's not getting the same crosses into the box.
I think it's quite interesting. We've got a lot of patience for Rasmus Højlund.
Yeah. Who have I not had patience for? Who have I not had patience for?
I'm just saying.
What youngster have I not had? What 20-year-old have I not had patience for? Or have I written off quickly? If you can put a name on it, be fair. If you can put a name on it, I always hold my hands up. Hands up right here. If you can put a name on it, be fair, I'll be fair, do your thing. But if you can't put a name on it, keep on the playground. Keep on the playground. Can you put a name on it?
Rashford season 1, when they crashed it on him, how old was he then?
Rashford season 1?
Season 1 of Rashford, when he had his first blip, when he had his first downhill slump. Yeah, his first downhill slump. How old was he then?
19. Where are you talking about, the 2022? Because people forget, like 19.
No. That was season 2. That was our first blip when Rashford first came on the scene. We came up with
19. The
Van
season
Gaal,
after,
and then
basically 19.
Yeah. Okay.
What? What? Tell me. What? Land it, bro. Land the plane. Because right now you're here. I need you to land it, bro. How many blips has Rashford had? How many times
3.
like he's a young
No,
G,
but
innit? He's
season 1 of
19.
he's season 1 blip. But anyway, cool. Rasmus is not a flop. Let's move over to because that just quick last one.
Wait, what? You didn't have patience for that Uruguayan Nuno Tavares at Merseyside Red. I have a feeling he's talking about Darwin Núñez. He could.
This is mad because Darwin Núñez got dragged, but
Yeah, but Darwin Núñez is Darwin Núñez, isn't it? It's like, what do you want me to do here? Like, he's out here
because he's
missing. What do you want me to do here? What do you want me to do here, bro?
Darwin Núñez is more prolific than Højlund.
100%. 100%. Because he
Oh
scored goals.
man,
He scored goals in the Premier League and he's more prolific, innit? That's how it works.
Jolly. All right, so let's move over to blue side. You lot's fathers. So Man City, three draws in a row. I didn't even deep it. I haven't won in 3 games. But what did you think of this game? And what did you already touched on Ange in a sense of him standing on business and sticking to the high line. But what did you think of this game? And what did you think of the result also?
I feel like I'm slightly vindicated in what I thought at the beginning of the season, in the terms of if any team wants to, if any team wants to go at Manchester City, this was the season to do it. Like, this is what I thought at the beginning of the season, and it's kind of proven right, because it's hard to come off a treble. It's hard to keep the motivation levels all the way up here after a treble, like when you've literally done it all.
You remember 999, yeah?
I was just a baby. I was just a baby at the time. I could feel it. I could feel it. My 3-year-old self could feel it in the team. Nah, but on the real, like, I expected a lot of the like stalwarts at City that's been there for a while, the likes of Kyle Walkers, the Gundawans, the Bernardo. So I thought they'd go, because like Fergie said it, Pep Guardiola said it previously, that it's hard to keep the motivation high when they've been at this level for so long. And they've been at a top level for so long, and they're all more time they need a new challenge to help them get going again. And
I think that's why what Fergie done was scary still.
As in that he'd get rid of players before.
That's why what Fergie did was incredible, because go on, no, carry on. Sorry to.
As in, he done it multiple times. He done it multiple times where he just knew it was time to bring in. It was time to bring in the next set. It was time to bring in the fresh blood, and. Yeah, just looking at the way City have played, not just against Tottenham, but against Liverpool as well, Chelsea and some spells, where it just looked like they was winning, but they were coasting through games. Like that Liverpool game, there's no reason they should have drew that game, but they were coasting at 1-0 and they weren't pushing to get that second.
So what do you think it is then? Is it in the midfield? Is it in the defense? Is it in attack?
It's a mentality thing. Like, I literally listened to Gary Neville on the commentary speaking about it. I was just agreeing so much, because it was just like there wasn't one specific thing I'd pick out. It was just literally a City team that were winning, and it was just like they're going through the motions, and it's just like we just believe we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to the final whistle and we're gonna win. But they weren't pushing. Like, this was a Tottenham team that was playing 4 fullbacks, Emerson Royale at centre back, flipping Lo Celso and Brian Hill in midfield, and for like. First half, they missed a bunch load of chances, fair enough. But second half, I think that's one of the worst City performances I've seen in a long, long time. Worst City performances I've seen in a long, long time. So? They were ordinary, bro. They were ordinary. They were all like, it's not even like Tottenham were putting mad pressure on them second half.
And you know, the beautiful word, the beautiful thing about the word you used, ordinary, is the problem I've always had with City, predominantly last season as well, when you're going up against City and you kind of need, obviously we didn't do ourselves any favors by losing to them, but you need favors. I always tell you, in the last 4 or 5 years, when people go Man City, kind of like United back in the day, they lose in the tunnel. It's more so, let's not get embarrassed by City today. So let's just make it 1-2, 2-0, 3-1 at most. Like, let's not get embarrassed. Whereas, and you've already lost if you're already going to the match thinking like that. Whereas now they're like, you know what? Like, nah, we could get something here. Do you get what I mean? Which is a very different. I haven't seen anyone since Pep's been here, Bath Pep's first season. I've not seen anyone really bring it to City like that. Normally, people go there in awe and just go there like, with the razzmatazz of like, just get bamboozled by passes. But I think if we focus in and hone in on that midfield, Tem raised a great point at the start of this season. He said Rodri's usage rate is going to be found out this season. He said it literally in August. He said Rodri's. I said, what are you talking about? He said Rodri's usage rate is going to get found out this season. Cool. Rodri missed those 3 games where Arsenal won, Wolves won, and I think Newcastle beat them in the Carling Cup and the Carabao Cup. Also, Rodri in the games that he has played, predominantly in the last 2 or 3 months, I'd say October, November, yeah, he's not been excellent. He's not.
So.
Chelsea game, he got gas masked. Other game, that's the one I remember off the top of Chelsea game. He got gas masked. This game, yesterday against Tottenham, he wasn't too fantastic. He got duppied by who shrugged him to Kulusevski was moving to him, and if you're looking at the protection that's around him, fair enough, he's the best in the world in that position. But you want to look at what's around him. When Bernardo Silva plays central midfield, Bernardo Silva is literally everywhere in central midfield. So like it leaves a lot of space and predominantly always on the ball. But in transition, Bernardo Silva's not gonna be there majority of the time. Now that third position is open with that left centre mid or whoever wants. Is it gonna be Kovacic? Is it gonna be Mateus Nunes? Is it gonna be whoever plays in that hole? And it doesn't seem to be. It's not locked. Do you understand what I mean? So I think that Gundogan role is they're really starved, losing big players. Gundogan, KDB, very big losses.
You can't lose Gundogan and replace him with Kovacic. That's crazy.
I didn't think the drop was as big as I thought it would be, but because Kovacic is steady. Kovacic is steady. He's steady.
Kovacic is not he's not a level raiser though. That's the thing. Like,
and people saying Stones not being able to, but I'm not putting it down to Stones not being available, but
that hurts them. That hurt. Like that's as big as like in terms of the drop off as I don't care how but Stones to sort of Akanji, like because it's pretty much Akanji that's doing that centre back to midfield role.
I think Akanji is one of the best signings we've had in the last 3 years in the Prem.
You think so?
Value for money is insane.
How much did he come for? Like
17 mil.
17
mil.
That was not 17 million.
Go check. It was 17 mil for Akanji. It's a 17 mil.
It was not 17 mil.
And everyone was like, they brought him to be cool with Haaland. They brought him to be cool with
15 million.
15 million.
They
said they brought him so that Haaland has a friend from Dortmund. Like he's not even really gonna play. I said nah. 15 mil is insane for us. But anyway, and also I was gonna say, okay, I think Nathan raised a great point, which really he said Mateus Nunes as well for 60 mil. He's not worth 60 mil. He's not worth 60 mil. No.
In fact, you know what? I had a lot of
stock.
I liked his first season. At Wolves. I can't lie. So I'm gonna give him that season adaptation that you get at City, because that's a 6 foot plus, long strides, got a good shot on him.
Listen, we'll address that.
Long stride. Come on, man. Can you say anything nowadays?
Listen, we'll address that one later. But one thing I want to speak about, and no one's really, if anybody else did this transfer, they'd get questioned, Banks. But one thing we've not addressed is how can you spend 100 mil to play a man left back?
Oh, Guavido, Jesus Christ, I forgot it was 100 mil.
So you put 100 million centre backs playing left back, and he's normal.
He's real sicko hours though. Like I don't know, Guavido in that left, like this Ake, he could do it. But Guavido he's a brute. He's a brute. He's
out of position. Every time he's playing left back, it looks like a centre back that's been pulled out to play full back.
He don't want to be in the channel. He does not want to be in. Who was it? It was
criminal.
It was Johnson that did the zoop. Johnson gave
Brennan Johnson is rapid, and we've already just put that to one side. He's actually he's so fast. Acceleration is nuts. But Guardiola, 100 mil needs to be spoken. Need to start sounding the alarm on that one. Because That's spooky. But you kind of know with Pep, it's kind of like something for the future. He's just going to tuck in when another centre back leaves, but it's still not good enough right now. Paying 100 million to play a man left back is questionable. And when you don't even, and
it's that City's like it's a weird. It's centre back, but it's left back at the same time. So it's not really like.
I'm not hearing it still. I'm not
He did the
hearing
same
it
thing
still.
with Ake. He did the same thing with Ake, like.
Ake can play left back. Ake played full back when in the youth.
Oh, it's part of the thing. Like if you want your centre back, stepping into midfield, you're gonna need another centre back to basically cover. It's basically those two centre backs that gotta cover the whole thing majig on that side.
Anyway, Haaland's misses for the last before let's round up. Haaland missing blue moon, once in the blue moon kind of thing, because people were questioning, because a lot of people have come to say, I saw a lot of discourse about, is he better than Kane in terms of finishing? Is he better than Kane as a striker? People saying Kane would never miss that, which I agree with, but listen, strikers miss at the end of the day.
Strikers miss, man. It's gonna happen. What's the bigger crime? Was the referee bottling that last minute advantage?
Yeah, because Grealish was gonna get a brace.
And you could have just taken that to the bank. No, you could have just taken it. That's another funny thing. You didn't put Grealish in your stocks. What's that?
He's an established player. He's £100 million signing. He's already proven.
Fair enough.
Treble winner. Already proven. How you putting?
I stand corrected. But yeah, that was nasty business by the ref. Like you can't. The worst thing is he literally looked at it. I think he felt like he did the wrong thing and he just couldn't.
No, he farted. He farted.
If he went and scored, he wouldn't. He thought, I'm gonna be in trouble if they do. So he bottled it.
He just farted. I've never seen that happen to the home team though, which was good. It was good, and I've never seen that happen to City. So he's got to hold that. But like you said, a little touch on Tottenham. Do you have anything to say quickly before we stock watch?
Fair play to Ange. We spoke last week when they lost against Aston Villa about him playing the fullbacks, and we talked about the fact that sometimes you have to adapt a little bit. Maybe play Erik there, but he went through. He as I said, he did the same. This is the perfect season to do it as well. If we really deep, like again, no real expectations on Tottenham. Like, what's the worst that can really happen? And he went toe to toe with Pep, and he got something out of it. So, like, at some point, you just have to like hold your hands up and say, you know what, fair enough. This is what I mean. Like, Arsenal fans it's weird, man. You just can't hit. Like, if it's not Arteta, you're not allowed to praise another manager.
That's the funny part. All right, stock watch.
That's Nathan said that about do you even remember Odriozola? Do you remember him?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Stock watch, eh?
I think I'm good this week. Let's start with you, James Garner.
Who did they face? Oh, man of the match. You didn't watch it. Did you watch that? Did you watch that game against Nottingham Forest? Yeah, Sky had a stinker this week with their games. But sometimes you just need some dog. Just need some dog in that midfield. James Garner, 3 points, clean sheet. Don't know why he didn't get the extra bonus 3 points. For you should have got the bonus 3 points for man of the match. But you know what?
All right, 3 points. Morgan Gibbs White.
Another day. Gibbs White. Calm 2 points. What's that? 5 points. I got one more player. Jesus Christ. Eze's injured. Madison's injured. I'm looking at Ferguson. I don't even think Ferguson started.
He played. He didn't start. Yeah, he played.
Came off the bench. 2 points. Oh no, he started. 2 points, innit?
No, he didn't.
I'll take a calm.
7.
I'll take a calm. What's that?
7. Write that down. 7.
No, I can remember that one.
7. Write it down in the notes, man. Write it down.
Diaby 4 points.
Pardon?
I said Diaby 4 points.
Oh, I've already dusted you. Go on.
McAllister 9 points. Obviously scored a banger this week.
Coming home to roost. So what are we on? 13 already.
13. Szoboszlai. What happened to Szoboszlai hat? What happened to that hat?
It's gassing out. Can't do 90 minutes.
It's gassing out.
It presses too much. What's he on? How many points?
Szoboszlai 2 points. So that's on what? 15 points.
I've already doubled you. Go on. Everything now double.
Who's your last two?
Oh, who have you said? Diaby. You can do Garnacho.
Garnacho. Fair play. That's going to be 2 points.
And then Jack Skin.
Jack Scheme. Mr. Miskin.
So what? Garnacho was 2 points.
Garnacho 2 points. What's that? 17.
17.
Jackson 5 points. He got a cheeky assist. 22 points. Well done.
I tripled your score. More than
with 2 less players, bro. With 2 less players.
That's a you problem.
Injuries
22 to 7. Write it down, man. Write it down.
Don't worry, bro. I've got the thing all tallied up already. I ain't worried. Just make sure you get your Sabozlai stocks off in January. All right, people. That's been the final third. It's been Erik ten Hag's obituary. I'm not sure if he makes it into 2024. If he does, so? I don't think so, man. That Liverpool, to be fair, his best
Christmas pudding coming his way, man. He's gonna need that.
His best hope is just pack it at Kelleher and hope that the ball goes in because he was atrocious this weekend. Trent Alexander-Arnold was superb.
That's right back.
Naughty, 2 naughty. Well, no, one was an own goal. Second was a naughty finish. But yeah. Catch us back,
guys. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for tuning in. I've been your host, Oluwasegun Kante's cousin, Lavish, whichever one you want to call it, and been joined by my never defeated, ever faithful co-host, Banks. Thank you, everybody, and have a blessed week. And we'll see you on Thursday.
David De Gea, 7 shots on target.
He said
7
looking like he's trying to
Let's
wing this one into
go!